Yeah, so I came into M&M Metals because we had a problem on the job. We had to fix a header. And when I walked in, I saw these 2 airplane seats behind me. And I told Mike, I was like, dude, I want those. And I said, sell me those. And he goes, we can't sell them. They're FAA. So we can give them away though. So I got 2 airplane seats. So I guess you gotta wonder what the odds are that I ended up with a couple airplane chairs ready for takeoff. What are the odds? That's insane. Who has airplane chairs? Okay, so here we go. We're installing the glass doors. It goes through to both sides. And there's David and Jose installing. And because we had a little problem, I ended up with one set of airplane chairs ready for takeoff. Pay no attention to the pound of cedar on my face. Okay, so again, just like the first container, I had no real understanding of why the Lord wanted me to get it. But then it ended up at the corner of Rainbow and Casimir, Covenant of Peace, you know. And the container represented the bride of Christ. That's why the Lord told me to write Revelation 3:10 on that container. And because of a bizarre set of circumstances with property issues here, the container ended up at an address in Grand Junction, Colorado, which means the great meeting. So anyway, so now this other container behind me took the place of the other one, and I just thought, well, I guess it's just to replace the other one. And the Lord told me to put these doors in it. They're the same as the other one. It's just a glass garage door, so you can look through both sides. It's kind of like a, you know, it's like you can walk all the way through it. You can go from one side to the other. So there's a glass door right here that goes up. There's double metal doors on that side. And I think obviously here's the message, that the door's going to open up and there's going to be those that travel through, and then those metal doors, just like on this thing, they close up and they lock. Well, doesn't that just sound prophetic? Kind of like the Red Sea. It opened up, they went through, and then there went the Red Sea back into place and destroyed Pharaoh's army. What makes this so significant though is that the Lord told me He was going to show me a scripture to put my mind at ease, because this is a lot, guys. This is, you know, just to be able to get yourself to be obedient and do, you know, these kind of things. It's like, why? You know, well, Lord, just trust me. Just like taking me to This Is It. He told me to wear all black back in 2002, and tell Lou to wear all black and start driving towards New York. And I ended up at a place called This Is It, and I walked in wearing all black, and Lou was wearing all black. And we were the only white people there, and the place was jam-packed with black people. And that's how I knew, wow, you obviously heard the Lord. And Lou was with me, and she literally had a nervous breakdown because she could not wrap her brain around it. Like, how did you know to wear all black, Jonathan? I said, you know, the Lord told me for both of us to wear all black. And see, we both thought we were going to end up in New York, but the Lord took us to this place called This Is It instead. That was in 2002. Just what, 2 weekends ago or a weekend ago? The Lord took me back to This Is It and to Christie's. It means follower of Christ. And a bunch of supernatural things occurred during that trip. Then today, these guys that, you know, work on the side called me up and they said, hey, Johnny, we can come put these doors in. And it was just out of nowhere. And because we had a problem, one of the headers, you know, that big wooden beam, that's called a glue lamp beam, and I ordered 2 of them, and we had to obviously install the wood that's behind me. See, look, like right here, we had to put these posts in, and we had to put these posts in right here, you know, to carry the load of these 2 doors, because, you know, that's what was required to do it. But that beam that came in, it wasn't cut straight, and it was not square. So when we went to install it and we pulled our tape from one end of the board and we cut it, it wasn't straight, and we were missing almost an inch of that beam. So you can see up in there in the corner, I called some friends at M&M Metals, and I told them, I said, guys, man, I'm having like a construction like emergency, because this is the only days that David and Jose could help me do this. And I said, I need your help. So I went over to M&M Metals, and a friend of mine over there said, hey, Johnny, let's just make a shim, and we'll put the shim on the container on top of the post, and we'll, you know, a 1-inch thick piece of metal. Think about just, it had to be welded, you know, 2 half-inch pieces that were 3.5 wide, 14 high, and 1 inch thick had to be welded, and then holes had to be drill pressed to get that thing in. It was kind of a big deal. And so the Lord knew it would happen, though. That's what's so crazy. So I went over to the metal shop, and when I walked in, they had these airplane seats. I was like, who the hell has airplane seats? You know, where'd you get the airplane seats? And I've been there so many times to do my metal work. They never had airplane seats. So I looked at Mike, and I was like, dude, where'd you get the airplane seats? And guys, in my spirit, I heard, ask him for them. That's just not my thing. Hey, Mike, can I have your airplane seats? It's a company. It's not his company. He just works there. And I said, and I heard in my spirit, ask Mike for the airplane seats. How weird. And so, you know, awkward. And so I looked at Mike and I said, hey, Mike, you want to sell me those airplane seats? And the first thing he says, FAA regulations prevent the resale of any articles from airplanes. You know, he starts quoting the law, and I'm looking at him like, and he goes, but hey, I have a set over in a warehouse, you know, and I can give them to you. Can't resell them, but, you know, and I was like, well, I missed your birthday. I can give you a birthday present or something. And so he gives me this set of airplane seats. First class airplane seats. Think about that. This is it. Double doors in both sides like a thoroughfare. How weird. 2 first class airplane seats, and then I hear the Lord tell me, Jonathan, I want you to do your videos sitting in those airplane seats. And I'm just like, what? Yeah, you know, I usually sit in that white chair, and I hear the Lord tell me, I want you to sit in those airplane seats. Sounds like it's put your tray tables in the locked and upright position. Make sure your seat belts are tightly fastened low across your waist. Shut the door. Prepare the cabin. Time for takeoff. I don't even know what to say. I'll tell you what to say. The foolishness of God is wiser than the wisdom of men. So here I am. And the Lord gave me a very special scripture to show me it's over. He told me, I want you to open your Bible. And I opened up, and I'm going to share that with you. And we're going to break it down. It's Isaiah 11:11. And I just about fell out of my seat. You know, guys, I'm a harbinger. The King is coming. The King is coming. It's time to go home. It's the resurrection. And the door is going to open. And those who are ready are going to go through, and then the doors are going to be sealed shut. Sound familiar? All right, guys. It is what it is. That's all I can tell you. It's like, it's so crazy. Peace and grace. I love you guys. God bless. We're going to the wedding supper of the Lamb. Pray that you're accounted worthy to escape all these horrors that are coming on the earth and stand before the Son of Man. Praise God. So, yeah, I got quite a mess to clean up. So there it is. And there's one header carrying the load for that door. And there's another door. The floor is all prepped, all the holes had to be filled, all the gaps, everything. Had to put a metal channel all the way around and still have to install that. It's ready to go, but I just gotta screw it down. It's already been drilled and countersunk. And so it's just gotta be put down. So we have a soup bowl to put the metallic epoxy in. And so this will be all primered by tonight. And then tomorrow will be metallic epoxy. And hey, does the stereo kind of look like a bug? It does. Wow, how unusual. Okay, I'm going to document real quick. There's a set of airplane seats that I got. I've been cleaning all day to get this place ready. I've been working on the container all weekend, doing what I was told to do. I turned the floor crimson red like blood and put in the 2 glass doors. I'll explain it during the video what was communicated to me. But I sat down here at this computer after doing work all day, and I was going to watch a soccer, here it is, a soccer video. Let's see. I was going to watch this soccer video, but an advertisement came on before it. I was sitting right here praying. I said, Lord, do you want me to fix up those 2 airplane seats? I know you told me it's time for takeoff. So, you know, I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means, you know, tomorrow, tonight, next week, next month, next year. I don't know what it means. But I know you told me it's time for takeoff. That's why you gave me 2 airplane seats. So when I saw the Boeing commercial come on before this soccer thing, I said, Lord, do you want me to do those chairs right now? I'm exhausted. And then a Boeing commercial comes on, and I was like, how weird. I'm talking about airplane chairs, and a Boeing commercial comes on where it starts a countdown like for taking off. And I'm like, that is crazy. And I hear the Lord tell me, look up the Boeing commercial. So I look up the Boeing commercial, and I find it on YouTube, and I go to Boeing's website, I click on this commercial, and let me show you what it is. So is the Lord giving me seats because it's time for takeoff? Let's see. The future isn't somewhere out there. It's here. Now.
All second stage tanks now pressurized. 30 seconds and counting.
Wow.
Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is eternal. 12.
Guidance
11,
is
10,
eternal.
9. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. The whole everything's taking off. Okay, now listen up. Can you imagine sitting in this chair saying, hey Lord, do you really want me to put those 2 airplane chairs right here? And then looking up right there at your computer and looking at a soccer video that has a Boeing commercial that's like time for takeoff and there's a countdown. That's like going to Houston, hey, or going to New York. Hey Jonathan, I want you to put on all black, tell Lou to wear all black. You start driving towards New York, and I get pulled over in Weimar, Texas, which means Holy Lake. I get taken to jail in Columbus, Texas, which means... Oh, there it is. There's the floor. As per... Oh, wow, look, it's a mirror reflection. Check it out. Oh, my gosh. The whole thing's a mirror reflection of itself. Oh, of course it is. See, the whole thing's a mirror reflection. Oh my gosh. That's just absolutely crazy. There the doors are upside down, and there's the line of the doors. Oh my gosh, that is just crazy. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. There it is, it's done. I'm going to shut her up and just pray it all dries well. Leave it up to the Lord now. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? Look at the reflection. The whole thing reflects itself. Unbelievable. All right, here we go. So I'm going to document this real quick. This is just so crazy. And you know, some people ask me to quit using that word. I don't know another word for it. It's just so unbelievably miraculous, just impossible. So anyway, I'm trying to get all this stuff ready to do the video for you guys, the new updated, here's what happened with the container situation. The container, as far as I know, is done. As far as I know. And so I sit down and I said, Lord, do you want me to get those airplane seats ready? The other day, that's part of this miraculous thing, I was given a pair of first-class airplane seats. It was the most random, bizarre thing in the world. And I recorded the story already for you guys. But anyway, so I sat down, I've been cleaning my house all day long. Everyone bailed out on me that was supposed to help me. So I've been at it all day. You know, I was like, I need to get this video up. And there's the two airplane seats. And the Lord told me to replace the seat that I'm sitting in right here with those two airplane seats. But I had to put this piece of wood on the base because they've been taken out of the floor of an airplane. So I've got to put some kind of base on it. So anyway, so I come in here and I sit down and I'm like, Lord, I'm exhausted. I was like, you know, I'm really kind of tired. So I'm sitting right here and I said, Lord, do you really want me to put those, seats right here? I mean, you want me to do it now? And I sit down at my computer and I sit down and I open up YouTube, and I'm going to open it up right now. And I open up YouTube, and let's see if it's in here. There it is. It says, Russian football scores incredible backflip penalty. So I click on that, just because I want to see what it is, and a commercial comes up just like this.
I got here. Hold on. We're good.
But the commercial that comes up is this Boeing commercial, and it's like, ready for takeoff. And I'm sitting here going, do you really want me to put those two airplane chair seats where I'm sitting right now, Father? Is that what you want me to do? And I turn on a soccer video, and it's got a Boeing commercial. And I hear the Lord tell me to look it up. So let me show you something. I'll show you my history. So let's see, here we go. Okay, so here we go. There it is. So I watched the soccer commercial. I watched the soccer, and I went and looked for the commercial, and it's called The Future is Built Here. So instead of having, you know, the commercial that's on it when I pulled it up, it had, I'm sorry about the camera stuff. I'm watching a soccer video where a guy does a backflip, but a Boeing commercial comes on while I'm asking the Lord, do you want me to fix the airplane seats now? And it shows like a takeoff, and it's a count on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I hear in my spirit the Lord say, look up the commercial. So I go on YouTube and I type in Boeing, you know, future. I photographed the commercial on my desktop. I paused the commercial in front of the soccer video, and then I went and looked for it. And so here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and roll it back. And let's see. I think I'll turn the screen around to record it. Watch this.
second stage tanks now pressurized. 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,